record. Good evening, everybody. It's open mic night live at the ZoomBarDC. Welcome. We've got a great show tonight. We've got Ed Crowley, we've got Megan Ukoh, we've got Tom Mahon, Reggie Stout, Gantt Kushner, Scott Kaplowitz, and Bill Sherman. So enjoy the show. And Ed's gonna kick us off.
I am. As I was saying, I feel a little bit guilty, but it was an earworm, and I couldn't get a song that Megan did last week. I don't want to see myself. That's not. So I'm going to be in homage to Megan. I'm doing a song that she did last week, but I won't. I'll save that for last. But I was perseverating on it, and I hadn't heard it in so long that it made me want to do it. But anyway,
I want you to do me a favor. What was that word again?
Perseverate.
Perseverate.
Now, look, I didn't. That's a new one on me.
Perseverate. I mean, just like to.
I'll have to look it up. Perseverate.
Okay, I'll let you do that. That's the best way of teaching. That's the best way. I won't give you the answer.
That's right.
The first song I'm going to do is an Otis Clay tune. I used to smoke 5 packs of cigarettes a day. It was the hardest thing to put them away. I drank 4 or 5 bottles of wine. I kept a glass in my hand all the time. Breaking these habits was hard to do, but nothing compared to the changes you put me through. Trying to live my life without you, babe. It was the hardest thing I'll ever do. Trying to forget the love we once shared. It was the hardest burden I'll ever bear. Alright. I had the worst reputation in town for chasing all the women around. I thought changing my way of living was hard to do, but nothing compared to the changes you put me through. Done everything I need to do, but it's nothing compared to get me over you. Trying to live my life without you, babe. It was the hardest thing I'll ever do. Try and forget the love we once shared. It was the hardest burden I'll ever bear. Alright. Come on. Trying to live my life, trying to live my life, trying to live my life without you, babe. Trying to live my life, trying to live my life, trying to live my life without you, babe. Trying to live my life, trying to live my life, trying to live my life without you, babe. Yeah, I'm trying to live my life, trying to live my life, trying to live my life without you, babe. Yeah.
I like that one.
Thank you.
Sweetness.
I love that song.
It's a good one. That's a good one. There's a great video of him doing that on Soul Train. It's just out of sight. It's really worth looking up. What's that?
Who's the singer?
Oh, Otis Clay. Recent, in the last couple of years, passed away, but outstanding soul singer.
Thank you.
Outstanding. Right. And this one goes out to Megan. This is the one that caught my ear. And I really dig this song. Hey. I can't stand the rain against my window, bringing back sweet memories. Hey, window pane, do you remember how it used to be when we were together? Everything was so grand, and now that we parted, there's just one sound that I can't stand. I can't stand the rain against my window, bringing back sweet memories. I can't stand the rain against my window, bringing you back to me. Oh, oh, oh. I can't stand the rain against my window, bringing back sweet memories. I can't stand the rain against my window, 'cause she's not here with me. Alone with a pillow where her head used to lay. I know you got some sweet memories, but that window got nothing to say. Can't stand the rain, can't stand the rain. I can't stand the rain against my window, bringing back sweet memories. I can't stand the rain against my window, just trying to hurt me. I can't stand the rain, I can't stand the rain. Hey, rain. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey.
Great.
All right, man. Oh, man.
Now I'll be singing that all week.
Thank you, Megan,
You got the feeling.
for reminding me how beautiful that song is.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Sure, you're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. Bill Sherman, do you want to go next?
Sure, thank you.
Sure.
So, as I was telling Marie-Louise and Scott and Megan, I want to do something that I've never played one of these things live and rarely played one at all, but I've got an electric guitar in my hand. So we'll see how this works. And it's a really bad amplifier too, so we'll see how that works. First of all, can you hear that? Okay. Okay, and this is kind of like an homage to my brother and James Brown. There happens to be a piece out there on Facebook of my brother in like 82 or 83 playing with a band called the Smokin' Press Tones at Beneath It All in Wisconsin. And they did this, and it was a really great tune. So, you know, I hope I do it some justice at least. Come here, sister, Papa's in the swing. Ain't too hip now about that new breed thing. Ain't too bad. Papa's got a brand new bag. Hey mama, I dig this crazy scene. Ain't too lazy now. His line is really clean. Ain't no drag. Papa's got a brand new bag. He's doing the jerk. He's doing the fly. He's doing the monkey. He ain't shy. He's doing the monkey, the mashed potato, the jump back jack. See you later, alligator. Come here, sister. Papa's in the swing, yeah. Ain't too hip now about that new breed thing. Ain't no drag. Papa's got a brand new bag. Hey Papa, he's doing the jerk. Papa, he's doing the jerk. He's doing the twist, just like this. He's doing the fly every day and every night. Like a boomerang. Hey mama, hey papa, hey sister, do what you do. Yeah, 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 do what you know.
You rock, brother.
All right, man.
You rock.
Even with
Stepping
the-
out on us.
Kind of fun, yeah.
Cool.
Godfather.
Now, so the second thing I want to do is a box tops piece, but more like the way Joe Cocker did it. And some of you heard me do this last Thursday night, but some of you didn't hear me do this last Tuesday night. So I'm kind of like bringing stuff, kind of bouncing back and forth between the two jams that I play. Give me a ticket for an airplane. I ain't got time to take no fast train. Whoa, long the days are gone. I'm coming home, yeah. My baby, she wrote me a letter. I don't care how much I gotta spend. I gotta get back to my baby once again. Whoa, long the days are gone. I'm coming home, yeah. My baby, she wrote me a letter. Well, she wrote me a letter, said she couldn't live without me no more, yeah. Listen, mister, can't you see? I gotta get back to my baby once more. Anyway, I don't care how much I gotta spend. gotta get back to my baby once again. Whoa, lonely days are gone. I'm coming home, yeah. My baby, she wrote me a letter. Well, she wrote me a letter, said she couldn't live without me no more. Listen, mister, can't you see? I got to get back to my baby once more. Anyway, yeah, give me a ticket for an airplane. I ain't got time to take no fast train. Whoa, the lonely days are gone. I'm coming home, yeah. My baby, she wrote me a letter. My baby 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 wrote me a letter.
Hi.
Hey, Bill,
Man.
that was awesome.
Thank you.
Nice.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Woohoo.
What was that singer's name? The Box Tops. What was his name?
The singer for the Box Tops, I have no idea. Who was the singer for the Box Tops?
Wait a minute, Alex Chilton.
Yeah.
Oh.
sounds right.
Alex
Yeah.
Chilton. He was a great singer.
He was a great singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Box Tops were actually a great band.
Yeah, no, they were. They, absolutely.
Wow. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
Reggie, do you want to go next?
I was afraid you might say that. Yeah, sure. I have a warning for everybody out there that's getting older. When you get to my age, don't go ahead and sign up to be the assistant tennis coach.
Tennis
In
coach?
addition to
Say
everything
tennis
else you're
coach?
doing. Actually, no. I mean, yeah, it's fine. But we had our first practice today, and I'm really quite tired.
Reggie, how old are you?
71.
You're not that much older than me. Just
Oh,
a tiny bit.
yeah.
You teach at a school? You coach at a school?
Yeah. I was a tennis coach at my old school at Frederick Douglass High School, but I'm
Really?
now at High Point High School, where we have an alma mater with us tonight. Yeah, maybe a couple. I don't know.
Go Eagles.
Yeah, man. You know, the funny thing is, Frederick Douglass is the Eagles too, so I didn't even have to, come up with anything new.
What happened to your eye?
I got my eye knocked out some time ago. That's actually the reason that I'm a teacher now, because it got me back in school.
Were you a full-time tennis player or coach?
Oh, no. That's something because I had played tennis, and at my school there wasn't a whole lot of people that were interested in coaching tennis. But we did. I'm a good coach. I'm very observant, so it worked out well. We were undefeated for my 2 seasons.
Yeah,
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah.
that's great.
Anyway, probably not. I can't really sing a song about it though. So I think I did this before. I'm trying to get the rhythm of it right. It's supposed to have almost like a second line beat, but I'm not really sure I've got it figured out yet. But I'm gonna play it anyway. No, I love you people. Hope you. Oh shoot! I started in minor key. I hope I love you people. I hope you know it's true. You know I love you now. I hope you love me too. I just look into my eyes. Yes, I got nothing but love for you. Nothing but love for you. Now look into my eyes, people. There's nothing there but truth. I look into my eyes, you won't need any more proof. I look into my eyes, yes, I got nothing but love for you. Nothing but love for you. Now it's kind of ironic, I say, look in my eyes, you know, most people, they got two. Kind of ironic, I said, look in my eyes, you know, most people, they got two. But it only takes one to see real clear. I got nothing but love for you. Now I got no hate or venom, not sharpening knives or spears. I got some hopes and fears and hidden tears and nothing but love for you. Got no hate or venom, I'm not sharper than knives or spears. I got some hopes and fears and hidden tears and nothing but love for you. No, I love you people. I hope you know it's true. No, I love you now. Well, I hope you love me too. I just look into my eyes. Yes, I got nothing but love for you. Nothing but love for you. What's that?
I like that.
Woo, great song.
I like that.
That is the that is the
That was great.
right eye stud. That's supposed to be my theme song.
Well, that makes sense. That
The
makes
Reggie
sense.
right
I
eye
like
thing.
it.
Yeah.
That was great.
Now, can I? I'm sorry, I have to make myself smaller and medium. I'm intimidated by looking at my face. Let's see. Oh, can I try that? Again, I'm thinking of originals that I haven't really sure I've worked out yet. Just do something that I know I can do. Hey, did you know that song I do by G.K. Chesterton called, no, G.L. Crockett, I'm sorry, G.K. Chesterton, oh my God. G.L. Crockett Did this song, It's a Man Down There, right? That I sometimes do. That's like the kind of one way out theme. But did y'all know that Jimmy Reed did an answer to that song? Yeah. Well, if you didn't,
What's the name of it?
I'm That Man Down There.
Oh, okay.
Is the guitar loud enough? Yeah. Oh, I remember the words. Now you got yourself upstairs wondering about going out that door. You reach too high, buddy. You wind up on the floor. Buddy. I'm that man down there. How you best believe you better not come down those stairs. Now I ain't no professor, I ain't never been to school, but you best believe, buddy, mama didn't raise no fool. Buddy, I'm that man down there. And you best believe, don't you come down those stairs. I'm not gonna try to do it. Now, you got all my women believing that you're me. Come on downstairs now, Eddie, I'm gonna set you free. Oh, buddy. I'm that man down there. Oh, you best believe you better not come down those stairs. Ooh, wow. Something was wrong with that.
Oh,
There you go.
I did not know that. I did not know there was an answer to that.
Yeah, I found that out. You know who told me about that is Bob Millardi, bass player. You know,
Yeah, yeah. I
plays
know.
with a bunch of people.
That's cool.
Yeah. And he's the only person I ever heard do that GL Crockett song live in a band or whatever. Nobody else ever heard of it, and he did it one day down at JB's. So we got talking about it, and he told me there was so I looked it up.
Wow, awesome. Thank you so much, Reggie. That was great.
Sure thing, thanks.
Tom, do you want to go next?
Sure. So last week, our 3 adult children came to visit, and my grandson, it's the first time we've all been together since my wife's funeral 3 years ago when she died suddenly of a stroke. And then once they left, I started thinking, well, about our life together back when there was just the 2 of us, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5. And to think that there was a time when our 3 kids could sit on one side of a picnic table, which takes more than that now. Anyway, I began thinking of the first date we had back in the summer of 1968. And I'd known Mary in a class, but I doubt we'd ever said more than 3 or 4 words to each other. But we met at a party, and I invited her to go out after that. So it's kind of a different thing, as I recall, between thinking of somebody as somebody in a class with you and then somebody you're dating. It just sort of took a little while to figure that out. So I thought we'd do something neutral, and I wanted to introduce her to the culture of Minneapolis, because she had just moved there a year before. And one of the cultural high spots of Minneapolis, a lot of people don't know this, is polka. I don't know if any of you ever heard of Whoopi John? No, it's too bad. Whoopi John Wilfart was the polka king of the Upper Midwest. And I mean, he had a big following. He probably, if there hadn't been had things gone differently, he could have been a big star. You know, Lawrence Welk, I think, took the folksy highlights away and left Whoopi John, whose last name unfortunately was Wilfart. But anybody look him up, he's a real person. So we went to polka, and you know, like a lot of things, a little polka goes a long way, especially if you're not used to it, and especially if you're dancing with someone like me who's got 7 feet. Anyway, I could see that Mary was not going to really be happy spending the rest of the night at the Polonaise. So we left, and I was scratching my head trying to think of what are some other cultural high spots here in Minneapolis. And it was summertime. I thought, let's go to the Guthrie. The Guthrie Theater had opened in the 60s, one of the best rep theaters in the country. And as we got there, it was the intermission time, and people had come out and were standing on the lawn and having a drink before going back for the second act. And so we parked, mingled with the crowd, went in and found 2 seats together, and sat down to enjoy the second act. I don't remember the play, but the lead was played by Laurie Peters, who was an actress who created the role of Liesel in the original Broadway cast of The Sound of Music. She was the actress that introduced the song, I am 16 going on 17. I know that I'm naive. So we thought that was a big thrill, even though she didn't sing it in this play because it was a dramatic piece. But I thought it was pretty interesting to see her live and see that there was a moving person behind the LP. Well, when the play was over, I thought, we're on a roll here. Let's see what other highlights I can take her to. So we went over to the University of Minnesota, and every summer the U of M has a steamboat come up and moor by the school, and they do summer stock on it, or melodramas, where they tie the girl down to the railroad tracks. You're going to saw her arm off if grandma can't pay the rent. And it was midnight by now, and there was nobody around. The show was over, and the people had left. But security back in those days was so soft that we literally got onto the boat. And then Mary and I took turns entertaining each other because it happened. We both knew all the songs of the Music Man. So she sang Trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. And I sang 76 trombones led the big parade. And then I guess the night watchman came around, so we had to leave our one-off production of the Music Man. But the night was still young. It was only about 2 o'clock in the morning. And we started heading back to where her parents lived. She still lived with them. And Minneapolis is the city of lakes. There's a chain of lakes that goes all through the city, very beautiful. And we happened to drive past one, and there's a bandstand there. Nobody was there. It was 2 in the morning, but I parked and we went over to the bandstand, and there was nobody around. So we went swimming in Lake Harriet. And I realized, we could keep going. We're doing the best of Broadway here. So after a while, the swimming got tiring, and now it's getting on to 4 in the morning. And she has to get up to work the next day, and so do I. So we drove home, and that was our first date. And as I thought about it, I thought an appropriate song at the bandstand to associate with it is a song from Carousel that's sung by a bandstand. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the rain, there's a golden sky and a sweet-selling song of a of a lark. Anyway, that had a little more poignancy than I expected, and that was our first date. And what I pegged the memory by, not just as the good time we had, was on that same night, 400 miles southeast, the local police in Chicago and the local students from all around the country were bashing each other's heads during the days of rage in the Democratic National Convention. So the world's a big and marvelous place that it can contain such different things going on at the same time. That was the start of a 50-year relationship.
That was a great story, Tom. And
It's a love story.
What a great first date.
It's a love story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turned out we both loved Broadway songs. And I think the reason that I do is because there's a story there. They all move a story. There you go. And that play was written just outside of Palm Desert. Meredith Wilson spent the summer of '55 teaching at an arts college up in Idlewild, the town up in the mountains there. He wrote that while he had his evenings free.
No, you.
76 trombones and all the rest of it came down the highway right out there.
Wow,
Thanks for your interest.
that's amazing. Thanks, Tom. That was a great story.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you. Scott,
Yeah,
you want to go
sure.
next?
I've been like waffling on like 5 different songs to do. First of all, my parents, Tom, I find this amusing because my family did musicals at our synagogue every year since the first one happened 15 years ago. One of the few ones that I didn't do with my parents because I was in college was the Music Man. So they probably know all the words that I do not know. I'm still not sure. Yeah, I'll try this cover. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this cover because it came on randomly yesterday and it made me more emotional than I thought it would. I'm also gonna do it in actually a higher key than the original because I can. Everyone probably knows this song. If you don't, ask me what it's called and I will tell you to go listen to it. Let's do a little sound check on this piano. I took my love and I took it down. I climbed the mountain and I turned around. And I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills. And the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean sides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Oh, oh. But I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. Time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Yes, I'm getting older too. gets bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Yes, I'm getting older too. Oh, I'm getting older too. Take my love and I'll take it down. Climb a mountain and you turn around. And I'm gonna get through this song. Saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills, and the inside drop down, and the lights drop down, and the inside down. I got through most of this song.
Oh, all right.
I may come back for my second song later.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you, Scott. That was really, really beautiful.
That was
And,
lovely. That was lovely. God bless you.
Thank you.
Megan. Tough act to follow.
Sorry.
Music does that, just, yeah. So I have 2 songs I'm gonna do. I just wanted to go through some songs that I've been starting to work up again. I do music with a buddy of mine, and we do jazz standards, bossa nova, R&B stuff. But I won't do any of the bossa. I sing it all in Portuguese. So I guess I'll do I was gonna do 2 standards. So I have a track playing. I'm just gonna sing. I'm not gonna play. I'm just gonna sing it because my friend plays it. So just let me know if you can hear it, if there's any issue. So, all right. Long intro. A song a robin sings through years of in the spring, the murmur of a brook at eventide that ripples by night where 2 lovers hide, that great symphonic thing that's stellar by starlight and not a dream. My heart and I agree, it's everything on earth to me. The song of robin sings through years of endless spring. The murmur of a brook at evening tide that ripples by a heart where two lovers hide. That great symphonic thing, that stellar by starlight and not a dream. My heart and I agree. It's everything on earth to me.
Ooh, yeah.
Very nice.
Very pretty.
Beautiful.
That was
You have a
beautiful.
great voice.
Beautiful.
Great voice.
I have one more. This is like my favorite. Oh yeah, that was called Stella by Starlight. The next one I have is it's my favorite. It's challenging, but I love doing it anyways. It's Moody's Mood for Love. There I go, there I go, there I go, there I go. Pretty baby, you are the soul who snaps my control. Such a funny thing, but every time I'm near you, I never can behave. You give me a smile and then I'm wrapped up in your magic. Music all around me, crazy music, music that keeps calling me so very close to you. Turn me into your slave. Come and do what you want to. Anything, baby, just let me get next to you. Am I insane or do I really see heaven in your eyes? Bright as stars that shine up above you in the clear blue sky. How I worry about you, just can't live my life without you. Baby, come here, don't have no fear. Oh, is there a wonder why I'm really feeling in the mood for love? So tell me why, stop to think about this weather, my dear. This little dream might fade away. There I go, talking out of my head again. So maybe won't you come put our two hearts together? That would make you strong and brave. Oh, when we are one, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid. If there's a cloud up above us, go on and let it rain. I'm sure our love together will endure a hurricane. Oh, my baby, won't you please let me love you and get a release from this awful misery. Oh, pretty baby, you make me feel so good now. Let me take you by the hand. Come, let us visit out there in that new promised land. Maybe there we can find a good place that can really stay tonight. I'm so crazy in my mind. Never knew what I was all about. Would you come home? You can float now if you want to with me. Okay, cool.
Excellent.
Hey,
That's a great tune.
I really like the
great
way
song.
that it seems as though your vocals are in a different time signature than the guitar. I really like that.
Trying to keep up with it, yeah.
Just phrasing is interesting. Yeah, it has.
It's
Well,
beautiful.
so beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, too, yeah.
What's that?
Beautiful work.
What was that song?
Moody's Mood.
Moody's Mood. Lovely. Thank you.
Thanks, Megan. Okay, Scott is ready for number 2.
Yeah, this song has less emotional baggage attached to it, so I should be able to get through without crying. This is another cover from, actually, I don't know if this is 70s or 80s. I think think it's late 70s. You would know. Actually, it might be like early 80s. Anyways, I've also changed my piano, so let's sound check this real quick. That's loud. Wow. Let's try that again. Good. Okay. This 77. Okay, this is Allison by Elvis Costello. Oh, it's so funny to be seeing you after so long, girl. And with the way you look, I understand you're not impressed. But I heard you let that little friend of mine take off your party dress. I'm not trying to get too sentimental like those other sticky valentines. 'Cause I don't know if you were loving somebody. I only know it isn't mine. Allison, I know this world is killing you. Oh, Allison, Miami is true. Miami is true. Well, I see you got a husband now. Did you leave your pretty fingers lying in the wedding cake? You used to hold them right in your hair. I bet he took all he could take. Sometimes I wish that I could stop you from talking when I hear the silly things that you say. I think somebody better put out the big light, 'cause I can't stand to see you this way. Allison, I know this world is killing you. Oh, Allison, Miami is true. 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 Miami is true.
All right.
Beautiful. Yay,
Yeah, that's-
Scott.
He
That was
wrote
awesome.
about it. He wrote that about
Just
his
like Johnson
grandmother.
and Johnson shampoo, no tears.
Right. He wrote that about his. That's his grandmother, Allison.
All right, thanks, y'all. That's my second song, and now whoever is next.
Thank you, Scott. Well, it's time for Gantt, the man, to close us out.
All right.
You ready, Gantt?
No, I'm not. I'm never ready. I'm going to do something I've never done before and try something I've never done before.
We've heard that before.
I know. Sorry. But I've really never done this before. I didn't write this song. This was written by a guy named Tom Prasada Rao, who lives here in Silver Spring somewhere. And I guess I saw it on his Facebook page. I can't remember where I saw it, but it has to do with, well, you'll know once I sing the song. Let's hope I can sing it. Some people die for honor, and some people die for love. Some people die while singing to the heavens above. Some people die believing in the cross on Calvary Hill. Some people die in the blink of an eye for a $20 bill. Some people go out in glory, yeah, with the wind at their back. Some people get to tell their own story, write their own epitaph. Sometimes you see it coming, sometimes you don't know until you run out of breath with a knee on your neck for a $20 bill. Brother, I never knew you. Now I know I never will. But I'll make this promise to you. I remember you still. So now let this be our communion. It's time to break the bread. Just like do this in remembrance, like the good book said. Sometimes wine is a sacrament. Sometimes the blood is just spilled. Sometimes the law is the devil's last straw. The future unfilled for a $20 bill.
Who wrote that?
Tom Persada rap.
Is it a relatively new piece, I think?
He wrote it. He wrote it while he was watching all that happen.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
he put that out.
If you go on
Great
YouTube, there's it caught on with lots and lots of people.
That's interesting. I'm in the middle of writing something because I've been watching all of that.
Yeah.
He put it out there, and there's like 200 covers of it on YouTube.
Yeah, there's like dozens and dozens and dozens of people doing versions of it. It's a great song.
Yeah, that really is. I like it a lot. Thank you for doing it.
Yeah. So I don't know if I got another one.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. You want something a little bit lighter?
Yes, please.
We're all crying now, yeah.
All right, hang on. Let me see what I got. No, I don't want to do that. Hold on. I have this pile of songs that I choose songs out of. How about some Buck Owens?
Yeah.
That'll work. He's another guy that caught on.
Yeah.
I first learned this one from the Beatles. They're gonna put me in the movies. They're gonna make a big star out of me. Gonna make a film about a man who's sad and lonely. But all I gotta do is act naturally. Well, I bet you I'm gonna be a big star. Oscar, you can never tell. Movie's gonna make me a big star, 'cause I can play the part so well. So I hope you'll come and see me in the movie. Then I know that you will plainly see biggest fool who ever hit the big time. All I gotta do is act naturally. Well, make the scene about a man who's sad and lonely, begging down upon his bended knees. I'll play that part that I won't need rehearsing, and all I gotta do is act naturally. Well, I bet you I'm gonna be a big star. Might win an Oscar, you can never tell. The movie's gonna make me a big star, 'cause I can play the part so well. So I hope you come and see me in the movie. Then I know that you will plainly see biggest fool who ever hit the big time. And all I gotta do is act naturally. Yeah, and all I gotta do is act naturally.
Yeah. Always liked that song ever since I
Great
was
tune.
real young.
Oh, man.
Yay, Gantt. That was awesome.
That was great.
Thank you.
So that's our show. Thanks, everybody, for another great open mic night live at the
Thank
Zoom
you.
RDC.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
for
Thanks for
hosting,
doing
it.
Marie-Louise.
You're
Good
welcome.
evening.
See everybody.
Nice night, everybody.
See ya.
Very well.
See you next
Thank
week.
you.
Thanks, Megan.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Tom.
Bye.
Thanks, Ed. Thanks, Gantt.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
Thank
Scott.
you.
Thanks, Reggie. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.